See, Jasper? Hello. Hi, buddy. Little rainbow over there. Oh, it's so cold though. Ooh. Good morning, Jasper. Here's the garden. Look, it's crazy. I took my shoes off, so I don't know if I can. Yep. Let's see. Target that. Oh, that leaf's in the way of seeing the broccoli, I think. Broccoli's huge. I think we should probably harvest it. But I can see we're growing through the bush all the way out. I'm gonna train this guy. Stay over this way. Oh, it's prickly. Uh-oh, it's getting some mold. That's not good. Not sure what to do about that. I'm gonna have to ask one of my serious gardening peeps. But isn't it something? I love it. And I can figure out how to rescue the leaves. But this has happened before and the flowers still grow. And then I just need pollinators over here. Maybe I'll bring something over. So I'm hoping those flowers over there, they grow really tall though before they even start to flower. It's crazy. But they're very invasive. I've been pulling some out because they're just everywhere and I'm afraid they're choking out other things living. So hopefully they'll flower, and they do attract bees. So let's take a look at the sky. Look at that. Isn't that something? Always the sky. Jasper. There he goes. What you looking for, baby? Is he looking for mousies? It's my little humble abode. You can see that our vines are growing. The cucumbers over here are growing, flowering, and the pumpkins. So here we are in process. Now this painting is done. I'm just ready to be finished with this canvas. It's for the little girls. I traced and cut out these cat silhouettes, and then I just traced the edge of the silhouette because I'm like I've told you a bazillion times, I really don't draw. But then I just like layer the acrylic. It's really hard sometimes to get acrylic to stick. I think there are tricks. I watched this guy and he said to like wet the back of the canvas, so I'm gonna try that next time. But what I love about acrylics too though is that when you layer it, like it just sort of takes on its own, like all of this. I didn't really do it on purpose, you know. It's like it, as you layer it, like the brush strokes like become texturized and or something. I don't know, but it's like an exploration. Everything it kind of takes on its own life as I'm doing it. And then I couldn't find green emerald thingies, but these are little, they're like clear, and I just painted them and just glued them on. No, I didn't glue them on, actually. I just stuck them on with the acrylic, because when the acrylic dries, it's like adhesive. It's very plasticky and hard, and so hopefully they'll just stay on forever. So I'm just gonna give it away today, and I'm kind of like ambivalent about it. I kind of want to keep it, but I promised it to 2 little girls, and they've already seen it in process and know that it's theirs, and so I can't do that. Anyway, I feel like part of doing illustration or art of any kind is sharing it. So, but this is, I'll show you if I can get this to zoom in. See the layering on her. And then, like, you can see, that's what I like about acrylics, is that you can see the texture and the layering. And then, of course, in when I did the background first, as you know, I like to mix crushed up rock and eggshell to give it more texture. Look at that. I just love that, like how it just has its own mind about what it's gonna accept in terms of the paint, and it's just such a fun process. So this goes to its new home today. I really hope they appreciate it. And I don't mean like gratitude toward me, but just like appreciate the painting and value it, and don't like discard it when they move sometime or something. That would make me sad. And so, yeah, so let's see. Yes, this one I've been working on. I did a little on the leaves recently, but this one is the next project. Oh, well, it's the, yeah, this, it was like, I don't know, just sitting upstairs for like a year. And then I got it out recently, and you saw about the time that I pulled it back out and did the moon, and now I've got the owl outlined, and I just do things in steps sometimes, like, because when I'm gonna start painting, like, I know I need the time and the energy, but all of this has been in my last big painting that I did. All of this has been like since January, when I kind of had a big hit from an employer that like gut punched me in terms of how I felt about myself and life and work and the economy and human beings. And so this is kind of the year where I just feel like I've not had it in me to do much, but I'm actually doing stuff very little by very little. And when in retrospect, in 6 months, I've done 2 large paintings. These are the biggest paintings I've ever done, the biggest canvases I've ever done, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because my biggest ones are like about this size. And then gotten back to work on this one and this one. And I'm also doing my NASM. I'm about almost 80% through with my nutrition certification, and about 50% through with my personal trainer certification. So this is in 6 months since January, and in a year that I feel like I have felt like I've not been doing anything at all. But in retrospect, at 6 months, I'm actually getting stuff done. And part of that is like being willing to just do a little bit every day instead of feeling like I have to do everything at once. And I know it's something that everybody out there here, I'm gonna take us back outside while I yammer and chit chat. Let you look at something prettier than me. Ham. Hi, honey. Hi. That's Mao. You can tell because he's a little chunky. Yeah. So the trees. Yes. So I know that we all struggle with that, and like the feeling that we have to do it all or not start at all. Like, just if I can't get all of my closets clean today, sorry for the shaky cam, let me see, if I can't get all of my closets clean today, all of my storage, sorted, all of my bathrooms clean, all of my paintings done, all of my homework done, why even start? Or just, if we do just a little at a time, then we might feel bad. And that's kind of been my life pattern, and I know it's something that a lot of us deal with. So I'm just letting you know that for me, when I step back and look at, and my husband's been so supportive, because I'm like, Les, I just don't have it in me. He's like, just do a little. Just do a little every day. Just a little every day, I promise you. And some days I, will not do anything just because other things come up. And then you have to just get back on the horse, and sometimes you don't want to because, bleh. But if you do, and you even just do a few pages of your homework, your assignment, repot one plant, make sure you water the garden, make sure you clean your paintbrushes. Some kids poked their head in my house the other day and said, your house is a mess. And part of me was like, well, nobody asked you anyway. And part of me was like, maybe I should do something. And part of it is messy just because I've got a lot of stuff, like all my workout stuff and my tarot decks and my hooky looky stuff, and all my art supplies are out. But I thought, it is a little cluttered and chaotic. So we went to Michael's to get some new canvases anyway, and so I got some organizing boxes and I sorted. So, let's see. I hope this isn't going to be a monotonous and boring one. I sorted back here. Yeah, because I had a huge box with all this stuff trashed in it. And I don't trashed. I mean, just kind of like loaded up. There was stuff in there that I'd forgotten was in there. So yeah. So I did some sorting, and I watched this woman. I can't remember her name. If I can remember her name, I will link it. And over here, like, so it was kind of messy, but I mean, you can see I just have a lot of stuff, so it looks like clutter to a kid, maybe. And she was talking about exactly that, and like organizing and letting go of things, which is the hardest part for me. So, yeah. That's another painting I did a long time ago. It's huge. It's my mermaid. It's big. It goes all the way back. It's on glass, which I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. This is so weird. I'm gonna start painting on other surfaces besides canvas with my acrylics. I think the other thing I'm thinking about doing is like layering paper and starting to work with paper, because I'm obsessed with paper. I'm gonna learn how to make it. If anybody knows how, tell me a good book or source. Yeah, what was I? Yeah, so with decluttering and some of my mutuals, Tanya's Talk of the Town, she's Australian. She's been decluttering, and so it's been making me think it's really important for me to start, especially if we are gonna move in October, and I'm hoping that we will. You know, my cactus came in. I don't really like putting myself on camera that much, like, anymore. Anywho, so this is me first, like, no makeup. I'm just having my first cup of coffee, and my gardening, and saying goodbye to my painting. Kind of sad. But I'm definitely ready to move on and do a new one. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn you back around. Okay, I'm in my corner. So I am not gonna do a tarot reading in this little video, but I wanted to show you. I got some new. Isn't that pretty? Michael's. Like, I'm not a fake flowers person typically, but I wanted to make my patio kind of welcoming for fairy folk and make it sort of Renaissance-y and fae. So I'm doing the fake flowers here. It'd be nice if I could grow roses. I have never done that. Maybe somebody can show me how. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, here we go, back into our little cubby. Come with me into my little cubby. When and if I do tarot, because that's another thing that I haven't done for a while, I will put it in the title so that my friends, because I have mutuals who are more fundamentalist Christian type believers, and I want them to not be able to elect not to watch if I'm going to do a tarot. So for my Christian people, because some of them are sensitive about that, they don't believe that it's right or whatever, they from the Bible, or you know, their interpretation of the Bible, and I want to respect that. So for you guys, if I'm ever going to do tarot, I will put it in the description or in the title, so you'll know not to click. This is already getting really long. I'm gonna see what else I can get up to, find something interesting to add, so you don't have to keep listening to me yammer. So I got a little feedback and did a little tweaking. I don't know how much you can tell about the tail. So I don't know. An artist told me that they needed a more gentle slope, and this one still isn't quite right. But you know what? I'm done. Like, now I'm finally done. But this is the final product, and it's going to its new home.
Say thank
And
you.
Here's the girls. Hi, baby pumpkins.
You say thank you. Don't touch.
Be very careful with the eyes, because I don't want them to fall off.
They gotta be careful.
It's okay, you're fine. It's for you, sweetheart.
You say thank.
Back to the drawing board. Time for a new project. Also, I really need to start finishing this one up. Yeah, it's time to finish these. Blank slate. Blank slate. What's next?